It is 9 o'clock, or just thereafter. We do have a quorum. People are busy this morning, so they've checked in and left. And so we'll go ahead and proceed. And the first one I'm gonna call up is the only initial appointment we have, number 4, Senate nomination 156. That would be Mary C. Werner from Saltillo to the State Board of Education for the unexpired term beginning June 14, 21 and ending June 30th, 2026 versus Sean Suggs. This is an appointment by the Speaker of the House. If Ms. Werner, if you can come up to the podium here. Yes, ma'am. And if you could go ahead, just tell us about yourself, your background, and what makes you think you're qualified to serve on the State Board of Education. So welcome and thank you for serving. So.
Oh, thank you for asking me to serve. You may notice I have a bit of a Boston accent. Was too old when I left Boston to lose it. So if you don't understand, just add an R. It'll be the easiest thing. I've been down here since 1992. We actually came to Close Tupelo Manufacturing, which is a contract seating manufacturer, and we bought it. So we kept it for 20 years, and that's originally how I got to Mississippi. Part of the reason that I am, I think, qualified to do this is I taught high school English for 11 years, survived. You're laughing, but that's the truth. And I taught in the city in Cambridge. And so I come to this position as a business owner and as an educator. So therefore, I think that a little bit of both. It's a mixture. I guess part of the thing that I am the most concerned about is the career technical education part of this. As I said, having owned a manufacturing company, it's wonderful that everybody, people can go to college, but I firmly believe that not everybody needs to go to college, but they do need the training. I need somebody who understood. I'm still sure that they do. PLCs, I actually needed kids to read a tape measure. I mean, that's one of those ones you may laugh at, but it's not always that easy. So if they have the career technical training, they can walk right into a job. It's absolutely fabulous. So, and as I was talking earlier, it's your money. It's the taxpayers' money that's paying for all the education. And so we need to get the best we can out of that money. I don't know what else you'd like me to ask, but go right ahead.
No, that's fine. You did an excellent job. I'll open up to the committee for any questions. Any questions from? Okay. Any questions for Ms. Werner? Okay. Senator Boyd.
I want to thank you. I want to thank you also for agreeing to serve. This is a board that is very busy. It takes up a good bit of time. And so I want to thank you for being willing to serve. I also understand that you have some recommendations from some people that we think a lot of here. So we're delighted to see that. But I'm also thrilled to hear you talk about technical education. We need to do more in that, and I will encourage you, and I would be a champion of that, to continue to see the Department of Ed really challenge that. Also, when you do that, I'm going to ask you a favor. I'm also going to ask you to think about children with disabilities in mind. We underemploy those children significantly in our manufacturing facilities, and they are in other states. We have much more aggressive programs. And so I'm going to ask you to take a special look at that too, as you were looking at these programs in career technical, because I think we are missing a huge opportunity. We are very underemployed in the state. We have the second lowest in the country in underemployment of our people in the state. And I think we need to be looking at everybody as an able body and trying to get them into jobs that are appropriate for them. So if you will help us look at that, I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm thrilled to say that you're going to take an emphasis in this area, because I think that's a needed place on our state board. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Boyd. And if elected or nominated, I will definitely remember your offer to help. Seriously.
Ms. Warner, you've been serving on the board for several months now, isn't that correct?
Since last July, so I do know it's a busy board.
Okay, and is there anything that you've noticed that we needed to be doing as education committee that would make your job as a board member easier, or things that you've noticed that need to be changed that we could assist with?
I'm actually thinking about that.
I mean, to put you on the spot, but if you think
No,
something
that's
later,
fine.
you can let us know.
Standing up here and being on the spot, so I mean, it's okay if you just add to it. No, I really can't think of anything at this particular point. As I said, it's only been since July, and several of the meetings have been by Zoom, which is, it gets the meeting done, it gets the job done, but I don't think that you have that exact contact as you do obviously in person. So, but if I do find something, I know Senator McMahon well, so I will definitely let him know.
Okay. All right, well, thank you.
He knows me well enough to know that I'm not going to hesitate.
Well, that's the type of person we need on the board, so that's a good thing. So, Senator McMahon.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. I do want to share that I've known Mary Warner for 26 years personally, and she is a tough negotiator and a tough lady. She's not from Mississippi, but she got here as quick as she could. And I like to say we country fried her. She's a leader in our area. She's one of the people that others call to ask her opinions and thoughts on what we can do to make Mississippi better and what we can do to make our region better. She is quite the spitfire, and I want to assure the members of this committee who also serve on the ethics committee or peer committees that this is one tough lady. And she's going to be over there to represent the people, the taxpayer, and the students of this, and she will ask a lot of tough and hard questions, and she has. And I appreciate her. I value what you think. And I don't want you to think I'm sitting here flattering you. I have a reputation for Senator Boyd will know I sometimes let people know exactly where my mind is in these type of hearings, but you have my full confidence. And I motion that we do advise and consent.
Thank you,
Further
Senator.
discussion? You've heard Senator McMahon's motion that we do advise and consent. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Well, the ayes have it. Well, Ms. Warner, I expect within the week, we'll take your nomination up to the floor, and we're happy to have you, and thank you for your service.
Thank you very much. I'm absolutely delighted. Thank you,
And
ladies and gentlemen.
and even me as a Yankee, I still think you have an accent, and I can barely understand you, so I won't hold that against
What
you.
kind of a Yankee are you?
All right.
Did you say you were a Yankee?
Yeah,
You
but
were.
I'm not from the Northeast, so, but I got here as quick as I could too,
Me
so.
too. And never going back. Unfortunately, guys, you're going to be
That's
stuck
all
with me. Thank you.
Okay, the next, just for the committee, the next two nominees are reappointments. They're present here this morning, but we've confirmed them during our term. But their term is up again. And so we got these nominations late in the session. So Pierre did not have the time to do a full background investigation. And so what we do is you have before you is the package they completed when they applied in 2020 and in 2021 in the other case. And Pierre just made some phone calls to them, asked if there are any changes, any updates, and they found nothing on both of them, but I want the committee to be aware of that. So, so next up, we got Jennifer Jackson Whittier from Brookhaven. She is Lieutenant Governor appointee to the Charter School Authorizer Board for a term effective July 1, 22 to August 30th, 22, as well as 154 from August 31, 22 to August 30th, 2025. Ms. Whittier, come on back up here. You were just here in 2020. So we appreciate you being here, and you know the routine. So tell us some what you noticed since you've been on the board, any changes, any critiques, anything we can do to make your is there any changes to your peer report since you completed that 2 years ago as well? So thank you.
Okay, when I was first confirmed in 2020, I spoke to you and told you that education was my life. I was a teacher for 40 years, 31 years in public school, 9 years in private school, and I have become interested and motivated in the charter school system. We have a wonderful director. We have a wonderful committee. We have made great strides. And I'm proud to be a part of this. I'm honored to be reconfirmed. I hope that I can make you proud and that I can work as hard as anybody else on the committee, because let me tell you, we work hard for the charter schools. We work hard for the children of Mississippi because our focus is to educate all the children, all the children. There's one thing I'd like to say, and this is a little bit off topic. But like I said, I've taught for 40 years. My daughter is a teacher and she's taught for 15 years. I want to thank you for the work that you did for education this session and for the pay raise that you have given the teachers. We can all look back on in our lives and we could think of one special person, one special teacher that made us who we are, made us the success stories that we are. And not only did you thank and recognize the teachers now of Mississippi, but in a way, you thanked that special teacher that made a difference in your life long years ago. So what you did and what you've offered to the teachers and the education in Mississippi, you've done a very good thing, and I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
We do appreciate that. This committee did an excellent job, a lot of hard work. And this couldn't have been done without the members, the 14 members sitting on this committee out in front of me. Senator Jordan. Senator Jordan, will you turn your microphone on, please?
One question out of curiosity, for 40 years, what did you teach?
I taught 8th grade through 12th grade English, Spanish, creative writing, and public speaking.
Thank you.
You're
Just
welcome.
curious.
You're welcome.
Does anybody have any questions for Ms. Whittier? Okay, all right. Ms. Whittier, I know you've been contacted by peers since you completed this in 2020. Is there anything that's occurred since then that the committee should be aware of that we should be able, you think you might want to tell us or not tell us?
No.
Okay, all right, thank you. I would note we got Representative Curry here. I think she's here to support you as well. That's a thumbs up. I believe that's the case, as well as Vince. We appreciate y'all both being here. I'll turn it over Senator Barrett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the committee, for allowing me to speak. If I could speak on Ms. Whittier's behalf, she is an absolute champion for education in the state of Mississippi. She lives it and she breathes it. She cares about students and she cares about the betterment of the state. So with that being said, I would request that the committee does advise and consent.
Okay. You've heard the senator's motion that we do advise and consent. Any discussion? Ready to vote? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Ms. Whittier, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for your willingness to serve, and we'll take your nomination up on the floor
Thank you.
again in the next week. Thank you again. Okay, and the last nomination we have is another one, familiar name is Kimberly Remack from Olive Branch. She is here appointed by the Lieutenant Governor to serve a term beginning August 31, 22 to August 30th, 2025. Is she not here this morning? Okay, all right. Okay, well, she was supposed to be here, but it's a reappointment. And like I said, Pierre did talk to her and they did check her background. There was no information since her her initial appointment. Senator Norwood?
Mr. Chairman, just want to ask a technical question. Would we need to, motion on 51 and 151, 153 and 154, or one motion would, satisfy that?
Well, that's a good catch, Senator. We'll just make, just for procedure's sake, let's do both of them. If you want to make that motion again for 153 and 154, we advise the consent.
So
You make that motion?
Yes. so
Okay, you've heard the motion by Senator Norwood. All in favor, say aye. Okay, opposed? The ayes, do you have it? So I'll leave it up to the committee on Senate nomination number 155. She was just appointed last year. Pierre has indicated there's been no derogatory data since then. If there are any questions or statements by anybody, if not,
I move we advise and consent.
okay. You've heard Senator McMahon's motion. Any discussion? Ready to vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Motion to rise and report, Chairman.
All right, thank you, Senator McMahon.